Hello there, very good evening and welcome to the news at 6. I'm Tracy Shilshi and here are the headlines. All-party meeting is held ahead of the budget session. Prime Minister appeals for smooth conduct of proceedings, but the opposition cautions against any announcements that could influence voters. Bigwigs of various parties hold election rallies across the 5 election-bound states. BJP President Amit Shah and BSP Chief Mayawati address gatherings in Punjab. Six killed and 8 people injured after gunmen opened fire at Quebec City Mosque. 2 suspects are arrested. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau calls it a terrorist attack. And Supreme Court appoints former CAG Vinod Rai as the head of BCCI. Noted historian Ramachandra Guha, former cricketer Diana Edelji and IDFC official Vikram Limay appointed as members. Now, a day before the budget session of Parliament begins, the government has called an all-party meeting to discuss issues that would come up. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the opposition to allow the House to function smoothly despite any differences that they might have with the government. The opposition in turn warned the government against announcing any schemes that could influence voters in the 5 poll-bound states.
Opposition parties put on record their differences with the government on tabling the union budget on February 1st. They raised 2 points: the forthcoming elections in 5 states and that the economic data for the third quarter would not be factored into the document. At the all-party meet, opposition leaders were united in questioning the timing of the budget presentation, even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked for Parliament to rise above party lines and come forward for discussion on various issues.
सबका एक ही राय था, हाउस चलना चाहिए, सदन चलना चाहिए, बजट सत्र चलना चाहिए, दोनों पार्ट के बजट सत्र चलना चाहिए और बहस होना चाहिए.
The budget session will begin on Tuesday with the President's address. It will be followed by the tabling of the economic survey, with the budget being presented on Wednesday. The opposition warned the government against using the budget to announce schemes that could entice voters in the poll-bound states.
ऐसा कोई भी बजट में वो चीज न लाएं जिससे लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड में असर पड़े, और अगर ये ऐसा हुआ तो जाहिर है इसका असर जो है जो 8-9 दिन का हाउस में चर्चा है उस पर इसका असर पड़ेगा.
वो निश्चित रूप से वो बजट जो है वो फेल हो जाएगा अपने मकसद से जब तक आपको अप टू डेट आंकड़े और परिस्थिति नहीं मालूम. अब डीमोनेटाइजेशन का असर जो पड़ा उसका कोई कंसिडरेशन नहीं होगा इस बजट में.
The meeting was boycotted by Trinamool Congress over demonetization. The party has also decided not to attend parliament proceedings on the first 2 days. The first part of the budget session will end on February 9th, while the second part will begin on March 9th and end on April 12th. Now Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
While we await, of course, what is expected in the budget, let's also take you through what's going on in the poll-bound states now. Well, filing of nominations for the 4th phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh began on Monday with the issuing of notification for the February 23rd election. The last date for filing the nominations is 6th of February, while 9th February is the last date for withdrawal. The scrutiny of nominations will take place on the 7th of February and counting of votes will be held on the 11th of March. A total of 12 districts, including Rai Bareli constituency, will be covered in the 4th phase of the crucial state assembly elections, which will take place on the 25th of February. Meanwhile, Pratapgarh, Kaushambi, Allahabad, Jalaun, Jhansi, Lalitpur, Mahoba, Banda, Hamirpur, Chitrakoot and Fatehpur are the other districts that are going to polls in the 4th phase. And UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav on Monday also targeted both the BSP and the BJP at an election rally in Etah district of Uttar Pradesh, reiterating his faith in the SP Congress alliance. He said that neither the lotus symbol of the BJP nor the elephant of the BSP can compete against his party's cycle. Taking a dig at Mayawati, he said that her party will only end up building more elephant monuments in the state. Criticizing the BJP government's demonetization move, he said that the decision was taken without preparation and has taken a heavy toll on the country's economy.
कहते हैं कि मोबाइल पे कर लेंगे आप बैंकिंग, मोबाइल से कर लो बैंकिंग। मोबाइल से कैसे बैंकिंग होगी, कौन जानता है, कौन समझेगा। ब्रांचों में पैसा नहीं, बैंक पे पहुंचा नहीं पाए पैसा, और जो लाइन में लगे उन्होंने जान दे दी अपनी। पूरे देश में, उत्तर प्रदेश में भी लोग जो लाइन में खड़े थे, गरीब, इंतजार कर कर करके उनकी जान चली गई। कोई हार्ट अटैक से मर गया, कोई तकलीफ और परेशानी के शौक में मर गया। किसी ने मदद नहीं की। आपकी समाजवादी सरकार ने उन परिवारों की भी मदद करने का काम किया, 2-2 लाख रुपए उन परिवारों को भी दिया है।
The UP CM also talked about some internal issues, speaking about his father Mulayam Singh Yadav's rejection of his party's alliance with the Congress. He said that Netaji's respect will increase when it forms the next government in the state. On Sunday, Mulayam Singh Yadav had said that the party had the capability of winning the elections without any support. Meanwhile, the UP CM also addressed various rallies ahead of the upcoming polls.
एक बात मैं कह सकता हूं आप सबके सामने, और वो आप भी उस बात को मानेंगे। सरकार बनेगी तो सबसे ज्यादा सम्मान अगर किसी का बढ़ेगा तो नेताजी का सम्मान बढ़ेगा। बताओ किसका सम्मान बढ़ेगा? ये पार्टी बच गई, साइकिल बच गई, बताओ पार्टी बची कि नहीं बची?
And Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi is in Goa today to woo voters ahead of the assembly elections to be held on the 4th of February. Let's listen into what he said there.
कि बीजेपी के लोग, जो विचारधारा इनकी है, इतना गुस्सा क्यों होता है इनको? और इसका जवाब है कि ये लोग सोचते हैं कि इनको सब कुछ मालूम है। पार्लियामेंट में कभी बात होती है, उनका जवाब आता है, तुम्हें ये बात समझ नहीं आ सकती। ये सोचते हैं कि ये सब कुछ जानते हैं, और फिर होता क्या है, दुनिया चलती है, उनकी थियरी ऐसी होती है और सच्चाई दूसरी निकलती है, तो इनको गुस्सा आता है।
Now to Punjab, where BJP President Amit Shah on Monday launched a scathing attack on the Congress's chief ministerial face, Captain Amrinder Singh, saying even though he uses captain in front of his name, he takes orders from Rahul Gandhi. While addressing an election rally in Amritsar, Shah also attacked the Aam Aadmi Party. He said that Arvind Kejriwal was dreaming of becoming the CM of every state that he visits. He asked the electorate to vote for the SAD-BJP combined for the third time, stating that the alliance's victory in Punjab was necessary for the security of the country.
आपने कैप्टन साहब को चुनने के बाद कभी अमृतसर में देखा है क्या? देखा है? पूरा अमृतसर उनको एब्सेंट एमपी कर जानता है मित्रों। एक ऐसा एमपी जिसको कभी देखा है नहीं। एमपी थे तब तक तो ठीक था, अब वो सीएम बनना चाहते हैं। मुझे मालूम नहीं, अगर सीएम बन गए तो उनको ढूंढने पंजाब की जनता को कहां जाना पड़ेगा।
And BSP Chief Mayawati on Monday also kick-started her party's poll campaign in Punjab with a rally in Phagwara. On her one-day election campaign, Mayawati racked up the issue of reservation once again, accusing the BJP and the RSS of conspiring to end reservation. She further added that there has been an increase in corruption in the past few years in Punjab. Escalating her attack on the ruling SAD-BJP alliance, the BSP Supremo said that the menace of drugs and unemployment still hovers over Punjab. In the 2012 Assembly elections, the BSP did not win any seats. However, it did manage to marginally increase the voting percentage from 4.13 to 4.28%.
परम पूज्य बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर के अथक प्रयासों के कारण यहाँ भारतीय संविधान में शिक्षा, सरकारी नौकरियों व राजनीति आदि में जो भी आरक्षण की सुविधाएं मिली हैं, तो उन्हें भी अब यहाँ एक सोची समझी साजिश के तहत ही निष्प्रभावी बनाने व उन्हें धीरे धीरे खत्म करने का पूरा प्रयास किया जा रहा है।
All right, now let's head on to more national news. And the hearing in the defamation case filed against Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi has been adjourned till the 3rd of March. The case relates to his alleged remarks against RSS in the context of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. Last November, the Bhiwandi court had granted bail to Rahul in the case, and it was in fact filed by RSS functionary Rajesh Kunte over his speech in Bhiwandi on the 6th of March in 2014.
मेरी लड़ाई विचारधारा के खिलाफ लड़ाई है। वही विचारधारा जिसने गांधी जी की हत्या की, वही विचारधारा जो गांधी जी को खादी ग्रामोद्योग के पोस्टर से हटा रही।
Meanwhile, the Supreme Court has deferred the hearing on a bunch of petitions on the issue of judges' appointment. This after the government dismissed a batch of petitions on judicial reforms, including appointments of judges in high courts and Supreme Court. Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi argued that there should not be a parallel proceeding when the matter is being dealt in the administrative side. A bench comprising Chief Justice J.S. Kheher and Justice N.V. Ramana said the matters have come up before it for the first time, so the court would consider them after 1 month. The government said that the memorandum of procedure for appointment of judges was sent to the then CJI 6 months ago, but has not been finalized yet. The apex court then deferred the hearing on several petitions on the issues for a month. With that, a look at more updates from across the country in Nationwide. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Pranab Mukherjee and Vice President Mohammad Hamid Ansari paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi on his 69th death anniversary at Rajghat on Monday. Congress President Sonia Gandhi also paid tributes. An inter-religious prayer was organized to mark the day. On this day in 1948, Gandhiji was assassinated at a prayer meeting. The BJP has targeted former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh on the issue of loans given to businessman Vijay Mallya. BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra said that Manmohan Singh helped Mallya get loans from Indian banks and this money was used to bail out Kingfisher Airlines. He further claimed that the bailout package could not have been processed without the insistence of the then Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. In Jammu and Kashmir, authorities have issued fresh avalanche warnings in Bandipora, Kupwara, Baramulla and Kargil districts after avalanche hit Aru Pahalgam. According to officials, 25 people including 10 soldiers were rescued from under the snow. Meanwhile, Aru residents expressed deep anguish against BSNL authorities for not restoring power supply and telecommunication services in the area. People living in other far-flung areas of the valley are also facing similar problems. An icy wind swept through most of North India as the cold wave intensified. Thick layers of snow covered rooftops and roads and trees in Shimla as the mercury touched 2.9 degrees Celsius. According to the Met Department, the high hills will receive more snow in the next few days. With that, a quick break here. Up next, we're getting all the international news. Stay with us.
It's election time again. Voters in 5 states gear up to cast their votes. Catch all the action in Verdict 2017, Monday to Friday on Rajya Sabha television.
From cowries to metal pieces, Indian currency has seen many changes. The earliest punch-marked coins came from Gandhar. The East India Company at the turn of the 19th century also minted its own coins. The Indo-Greek coins come from a colony left behind by Alexander. They depict the golden rule of the Guptas, with embossed human portraits and matrimonial alliances like Chandragupta Maurya's wedding with Seleucus I Niketar's daughter.
the last refuge of the Asiatic lion. The national park comprises 1,412 square kilometers of deciduous forest, interspersed with semi-evergreen and evergreen flora, acacia, scrub jungle, grasslands and rocky hills. It's fed by large water bodies and the Kamleshwar Dam. Gir has about 400 lions and 300 leopards, making it one of the major big cat concentrations in India. You can explore them in their natural habitat to tiny wild birds, not seen easily but heard singing in the forest canopy, to crocodiles floating in the marsh waters.
The sacred relics of Buddha were unearthed in Piprava in Uttar Pradesh. Buddhist monks from all over the world visit the National Museum to pay their respects. These charred bone fragments of Buddha are housed in the gold canopy gifted by the royal family of Thailand.
Welcome back. The Supreme Court on Monday appointed former CAG Vinod Rai to head the BCCI along with noted historian Ramachandra Guha, former cricketer Dinah Edelji and IDFC official Vikram Limaye as members. The court also named Amitabh Chaudhry, Anirudh Chaudhry of BCCI and Vikram Limaye to represent the BCCI at the ICC meeting in the first week of February.
In a move aimed at restructuring the country's cricket governing body, BCCI, the Supreme Court on Monday nominated 4 people as administrators to run the board. Ex-Comptroller and Auditor General Vinod Rai will head a 4-member body, which include noted historian Ramachandra Guha, IDFC Managing Director Vikram Limaye, and former captain of the Indian women's cricket team Dinah Edelji.
BCCI के CEO को कहा गया है कि इनके साथ मिलके वो काम करेंगे और जिनको भी जो आपत्ति होगी दर्ज करानी होगी वो बीसीसीआई सीईओ के मार्फत से एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पैनल में अपनी बात रखेंगे.
The Apex Court also cleared BCCI Joint Secretary Amitabh Chaudhry and Vikram Limaye to represent the board at the ICC meeting in the first week of February. The court, however, rejected the centre's plea to appoint the Secretary of the Sports Ministry as one of the administrators. The top court has asked BCCI and the centre to suggest names in its previous hearing.
It definitely will clean the BCCI completely. Malfeasance has taken place, maladministration, then there has been no accountability, no responsibility, nothing in the BCCI. They would do anything that they wanted to. And hence it had become a fiefdom of a few and a cozy club for a few. So now with this panel headed by Mr. Vinod Rai, with eminent historian and cricketer himself Ramachandra Guha and Dinah Edelji and Vikram Limaye, they would see to it that all this is implemented.
The Supreme Court had formed the Justice Lodha Committee to bring administrative changes in the BCCI and had asked the board to implement the new norms set up by the panel. However, after seeing the BCCI's reluctance, the court in its January 2nd order removed Anurag Thakur as its president and disqualified all office bearers of the board and its state associations as they failed to comply with its orders. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now the top international story. 6 people were killed and 8 injured after gunmen opened fire at a Quebec City mosque in Canada. The Prime Minister Justin Trudeau condemned the attack as a terrorist attack. 2 suspects were arrested and are being investigated on the terror charge.
Residents in the Canadian city of Quebec were left in shock on Sunday night when a deadly attack on a mosque left 6 people dead and wounded several others. The incident occurred at the Quebec Islamic Cultural Center, where gunmen fired at dozens of people who had gathered for evening prayers.
You know, people are going to be a little bit more on edge, but I'm hoping that everybody just comes together on this and you know, shows again their support for the community, because I mean that's what we need at this point in time, is to show them that we accept them, and you know, they integrate very well with the society. So again, I'm very shocked that such an incident has taken place.
It's stressful because I'm not from here, and I just can't imagine awful things like that happening in here, where I imagine most of the people are respectful about that. Seeing and hearing about that is horrifying.
The two suspected shooters have been arrested and authorities are treating this as a terror attack. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau condemned the shooting as a terrorist attack on Muslims and said Muslim Canadians were an important part of the country's national fabric and that such attacks had no place in the country. Mass shootings are rare in Canada, which has stricter gun laws than the United States. The news of the shooting sent shockwaves through mosques and community centers across the country. The shooting occurred a day after Trudeau said Canada would welcome refugees after US President Donald Trump suspended the US refugee program and temporarily barred citizens from 7 Muslim-majority nations from entering the country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And here are more international news updates in Global Buzz. 3 Chinese passengers died and 6 others are missing after a tourist boat sank off the rough seas of the eastern Malaysia. Meanwhile, 20 Chinese tourists and 2 of the vessel's 3 crew members were reportedly rescued and sent to a hospital. The 3rd crew member has not yet been found. The boat left Saturday morning from the Sabah state capital of Kota Kinabalu en route for Palau Mengalum, an island known for its pristine beaches and dive sites. Tens of thousands of Romanians protested in Bucharest and other main cities. The rally comes in the wake of the government's plans to decriminalize certain offences and pardon convicts through emergency decrees that could hurt an anti-graft drive. Police said about 50,000 people took part in the rally in Bucharest, making it the biggest demonstration in a recent wave of protests. A legal advisor to Myanmar's ruling National League for Democracy was shot dead outside the country's busiest airport after returning from a government-led trip to Indonesia. An unidentified lone gunman killed the veteran lawyer Ko Ni and injured 2 others in front of the main terminal of Yangon International Airport. Police have detained a suspect, but the motive so far unknown. Ko Ni, in fact, was a prominent member of Myanmar's Muslim minority. Senior officials of the SAARC countries are scheduled to meet in Kathmandu this week. They meet on the 1st of February and the 2nd to attend the Programming Committee. Will be the first meeting of the SAARC member states since the postponement of the 19th SAARC that was to be taking place in Islamabad November last year. During the meeting, SAARC member states will discuss a number of issues, including the budget for the SAARC Secretariat and 5 regional centers of SAARC. And that's all we have for you on the news at 6. Thanks so much for joining us.